Hey, welcome back to the channel. Please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Today we're going to talk about high income earners, which side of the spectrum you want to fall into. There's a lot of different type of high income earners. So first you have your investors, i.e. me. So I'm going to talk a lot about that today. Then we have our business people, businessmen, businesswomen. Those are great people to be around as well. And then you have your high income earners who are employees. Now, there's nothing stopping you from doing all three. But I can tell you that one, is hard to run a business. I'm doing that right now. And I also do that in the investment side with my real estate, as well as my business with music. And then you have your employee income. Now, if you consider high income above the medium income, or if you consider that to be above the middle class, then we're going to talk maybe 120,000 or more per year. That's what a high income earner is in terms of employee. When it comes to business, of course, you're going to want to make 120,000 or more. Most of the business people I know are making about 300,000. So they're making a lot more than the employee side. Then when you want to talk about investing, you have your ranges from 120 to maybe 500,000 a year. Now, one thing I do want to let you know is that when I hit my first 100,000, I felt broke. I'm not even going to lie to you and tell you that I felt real good when I hit $100,000. A lot of people lie to you to make you feel good, like, ooh, when I hit that first $100,000, I felt amazing. I was like, let me get that next one. You see that video of what's his name with the bald head that said, you can get that Hunsky. I was just like, bro. First off, I mean, I haven't gotten $1 billion, and I'm not sure if he's a billionaire yet. But when I got that first 100,000, I felt absolutely broke. And I think he would even agree, that guy that was on Shark Tank. Can't remember his name right now. Please drop it in the chat if you do remember. But when I got to about 250,000, not just in equity, but in cash liquid, I started to feel a little bit more comfortable. And then since then, I started to think bigger, envision more. At the same time, looking at government contracts on how I can manipulate those and get where I need to be, how I can utilize those to get where I need to be. We're going to talk more about government contracts in the future as well. And then you have your business class. You have your people who are self-employed, whether they work at car dealerships, whether they're lending advisors and they're doing, commission-based industries, whether they are real estate agents and they own their own company, or they work for someone else within that entity as a contract worker, whether they are contractors and they are helping you build, whether that's your basement, whether that's your plumbing, whether that's your electrical, whether that's your HVAC, or whether that's car services. There's people working for themselves and doing that as well. So when you're your own boss, you work on your own time. Some people are not good at managing time, but those who are good can earn more than $120,000 a year. I know several people who do, from real estate agents that I will have on this podcast, who own businesses, to investor class, who are high income earners as well, computer engineers, software engineers, but also they invest in real estate heavily. I haven't met the stock market guru like myself just yet. That might be saying something. Maybe I should get out of the stock market game, but I'm doing so well. I'm above 35%. And if you had watched my last video on the stock market, you would have known that. And I went and broke down my entire portfolio for you. So if you were interested in stocks and don't know what to invest in, that's a good starting point to see what my portfolio is generating for me right now. Um, I mean, what's a better time than that? Then you have your high income earners. I just talked about that. This is the one that I don't like the most because they're very, very cocky about their high income, but they pay the most in taxes. They pay more than the businesses. They pay more than the investors. I mean, if you make $120,000 a year, you're probably coming back home with about 85,000 of that. Maybe 90,000 at the most. I would be shocked if you make 120,000 a year and you have more than $90,000 at the end of the year. It's not possible. I don't think so. And then you're probably spending at least 37,000 a year on housing alone. And that's minimum, because I can't see someone making 120,000 a year post pre-tax and then not at least having housing at 37,000%, because it would be theoretically less than 30% of their gross, 37% of their gross income, or 35% of their gross income. It would be less than that. So I don't see someone living that well below their means, because people are not like that. They're not built that way. So you pay the most in taxes and you have the most liability, because you have to pay so much for housing costs, just housing costs alone. And then of course you have your social gatherings, you have the people that you want to take care of. I mean, people who are broke still take care of people. So don't tell me that when you have money that you're not doing that. We're all doing that in some way or another. I mean, I'm giving out gifts. I'm putting people on flights. You know, I'm taking people out just because I care about them, just because I love them. It's not about what I get back in return. So I'm at that point in my life where I can literally do that for those that I care about. If you're making that type of money, you're probably doing the same thing. So really, I would tell people that I went to college, and it did benefit me. I got a job at Amazon very early on. I was an area manager, making $50,000 a year at 22 years old. I was able to pivot into the restaurant industry, where I was then making $53,000. That went up to 55, and then that went up to 65. So I was able to do a lot very early on, save that, and put that all into investing. I worked a lot, 6-7 days a week. Sometimes there was one time that I worked 14 days straight, no breaks, 14 days straight. And there was a lot of times that I opened and closed the store. That was Tim Hortons, worst place that I ever worked, Tim Hortons. Oh my goodness, 14 days straight, a couple of doubles in there. Absolutely horrific, horrible. But what did that help me do? That helped me buy more property. Super, super grateful for that. Helped me buy my first property, which still generates me to this day about $500 in cash flow every single month. So, you know, paying itself off as well with the equity that I'm getting that's not included in the cash flow. So yeah, it's definitely a moneymaker. I would do it all again. It was definitely worth the stress, but I'm given a sigh of relief that I'm not having to do that all again. So again, there's high income earners who then get into the investing. I think that they're one of the smartest people. And then you have your risk takers, your business class, who I think are the most inspirational, because they're willing to get out the mud. They're willing to do what a lot of people are scared to do. And, you know, I'm taking it easy. I started with this YouTube stuff, taking my time, growing it, putting money here little by little to grow this channel. But these business people, they're taking the bull by the horns. They may have a partner, they may not, but they're trying to grow exponentially. They're saying, hey, by any means, I'm going to get after it. And that's exactly what they do. So if you like this video, if you like any specific class, investor, business, or high income earner, and you want me to talk about that more, please let me know in the comment section down below. I'd be more than happy to do so. And I will see you on the next one. Peace.